Yo, how's it going? In today's video I'm talking about releasing trapped emotions in the body, and in this video I'm going to give you 4 techniques that you can use to release pent-up emotions in the body so that you can live with freedom, that you can live with spontaneity and play and joy, and you can actually be yourself, right? The problem is, you experience a traumatic event that's very emotionally damaging or very emotionally intense, right? This could be a breakup, this could be the loss of a loved one, this could be you being bullied or embarrassed or publicly shamed or whatever the case is. And for some reason in that moment, you didn't allow yourself to feel it. Maybe you were cheated on or someone broke up with you and you wanted to remain strong, whatever the reason is. You didn't let yourself feel it fully in the moment, and that's the problem. And I'm not saying that we should walk around everything that comes up, we should feel it straight away and be like, oh my God, but we should work through this at some point. What happens when you don't do this? A very peculiar thing happens. You actually start to repeat the same cycles in your life that hold you back. Let me explain to you how this happens. We're always seeking growth and expansion. We seek to discover, grow, explore, expand. We experience a trauma that we don't allow ourselves to feel. That process means we drive that event into the unconscious. We stuff it down. We intuitively know that we do this. We stuff it down, we don't allow ourselves to feel the feeling. And where does it go? It doesn't go anywhere really. We just drive it underground into the unconscious, where it sits there. But it doesn't just sit there in a dormant state. Not forever. When something's driven into your unconscious mind, at some point, the unconscious will modify your behaviour in an attempt to bring about the exact same circumstances again so that you can actually process this emotion, bring it into awareness, integrate it and let it go. If there is a particular situation in your life that's the same cycle repeated, whether that's in relationships, whether that's in career, whether that's in your health, your self-sabotage emotionally, etc., whatever it is, it's suggesting that there's some emotion there that hasn't been felt, hasn't been processed fully. Now, the techniques I'm going to talk to you about right now are techniques that I've tried myself, are techniques that I've tried with my clients, are techniques that my friends have tried or my friends have suggested to me, the techniques that have had real results. First technique is one that can be done anywhere, and that's called the letting go technique. The letting go technique comes from a guy called David R. Hawkins. He wrote a bunch of books. He died in 2012, and one of the books which has absolutely changed my life is called Letting Go, The Pathway to Surrender. All you do with the letting go technique is it's that simple that it's deceptive in that it's so simple that it doesn't even feel like a technique. You allow a feeling to come up, you let it be there without judging it, without trying to shift it, without trying to move it or do anything with it, and you let it go. With my clients, I've managed to condense it into 3 questions. 1, when a negative feeling comes up, notice it and say to yourself, can I let this feeling be here? Number 2, oh wait, no, I got it wrong. Number 1 is, what am I feeling right now? Number 2 is, can I let this feeling be here? Number 3 is, can I let this feeling go? A great analogy I use is that your body mind is like a house. Negative feelings that we don't want to feel are like people at the door. They're like an unruly mob just outside your front door. Now and they want to get access to their house, they want to have a look around, they want to have a snoop around, right? Sometimes they want to steal stuff, sometimes they want to smash things to bits, but they're just feelings and they aren't going anywhere. But if we lock the door and close the curtains, their methods for gaining entry to the house get progressively more violent. And eventually, they bring a sledgehammer or one of those things that SWAT teams use to bust entry through a doorway, and we know how that feels. Eventually they break through, and that sometimes manifests itself as us snapping at someone, us bursting out crying, randomly, us having an intense bout of depression. That's when the emotions have bust entry into the door, through the door into the house. So what we need to do with our house is we need to let the door open, let the emotions come in. Make them a cup of tea, but make it in one of those little coffee cups that's to go. Give them all a cup of coffee or a tea, whatever they want, maybe a sugar, maybe a bit of milk. Let them do what they want in the house for a bit, and then with love, with grace, open the back door and let them leave. That is how emotions should be dealt with. And that is the letting go technique in a nutshell. Okay, cool. Number 2, progressive muscular relaxation. The progressive muscular relaxation technique is a technique where you meditate. It's a relaxation technique. Just to give you an example of something I took a client through recently. I got my client to lie down. We breathed for about 5 minutes. And from top to bottom, I guided my client through tensing, specifically tensing certain parts of the body from top to bottom and releasing. So an example of this would be lie down, breathe for a bit, and tense your forehead. Or it'd be that, wouldn't it? Yeah, you'd raise your eyebrows. Tense your forehead as much as you can for say 30 seconds, or maybe 15 seconds, and then let it go for a count of 15. And then you do the same thing for your eyes, and your jaw, and your neck, and your shoulders, and your chest, and your abs, and your hips, and your quads. I was amazed at the effect of this. When I did this with my client, we finished, she sat up, and I was like, how do you feel? And she goes, I feel quite vulnerable actually. She felt vulnerable. She felt like she was ready for an emotional release. And that is exactly what happened. She cried. She cried about her mother, who died when she was younger. She cried about her past relationship. She cried about the person she thought she was going to be but isn't. She cried about all sorts. It all came through. But through that emotional processing, she felt better. Number 3, holotropic breath work. Holotropic breath work, you lie there, or you sit there, meditative posture, and you do circular breathing. And you continue to do this for 30, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. You do this to music, and you allow whatever to come up. You don't get enmeshed in thoughts, you just let the feelings come and go. Sometimes you'll have a big emotional release, sometimes you won't. But holotropic breath work gives you the opportunity. It provides the space for these emotions to come up. It gets you out of your head and in your body, and your body utilizes its own self-healing mechanisms to bring what needs to come up to the surface. And you should just let it go. You should let it happen. Last one, it's called ESV, emotive self-vocalization. Most of us believe that if we spoke to ourselves, if we talk to ourselves, that means we're insane. I would argue we're talking to ourselves constantly in our minds anyway. The problem is this voice in the head is really hazy. It's repetitive, it's self-critical, and it's hidden. It's in the background. It's affecting our habits, our behaviours, our moods, our emotions, our energy, but it's not conscious. We're just doing it automatically. When you talk to yourself out loud, you ask yourself vocally, what am I feeling right now? How do I feel? How am I? What do I feel about this? Ask yourself these questions out loud, related to these emotions, and answer the question as if you'd been asked the question from someone outside of yourself, from someone else. This gives you a level of clarity to who you are, to what's really going on for you. If you feel self-conscious about doing this, then just film yourself. Do like a video log, like a vlog of your own feelings, how you are in the moment. And now I'm surrounded by dogs. Yeah, you're getting. That's no problem, honestly, it's cool. Yeah, so that was the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you need any help with this, or you need signposting in any direction, you need any questions answered, anything like that, just send me an email, connect with me on Facebook, connect with me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel, or click a thumbs up or like, or you know, all that other stuff, all that self-promotional stuff. But just if you do nothing else, guys, then just at the very least implement 1, 2, or hopefully all of the practices I've talked about today. And I wish you the best. I wish you healing. I wish you joy. I wish you processing, and I hope you feel good. I hope you feel better as a result of doing it. Try some of these techniques and let me know in the comment section below how it goes for you, okay? And yeah, that'll be great. Sweet, that's us, that's me today. Peace.